Now this, the House passed a bill that would punish sanctuary cities that shield illegal immigrants from deportation. If those cities don't cooperate, they could be blocked from receiving some federal money. No surprise here, President Obama already threatening to veto it. Come on in from Capitol Hill, Congressman Darrell Issa. Congressman, forgive me for introducing a different subject right at the top, but this is a breaking story. Hillary Clinton is facing possibly criminal investigation. The word criminal just jumps right out at you. What do you make of this?
Well, it's appropriate. What isn't appropriate is for this to be referred to Undersecretary Patrick Kennedy. He was at the center of the Benghazi cover-up. He was the person responsible for not having the protection going to the ambassador needed to keep him alive. More importantly, if you send this to the Justice Department, unless it is to a special prosecutor who really can get outside this Obama machine, the fact is it will be nothing and it will go away, and that will be a problem. So, you know, can we get a special prosecutor? Can we get it out of a State Department undersecretary who's part of the cover-up and really get an opportunity to see the classified documents, if you will, and the wrongdoing of Hillary Clinton as State Department head? I hope so.
But if we did have a special prosecutor, that prosecutor would not report for what, a year or something? So you might postpone this until after the election and certainly after the nominating process. So, you know, either any which way, it doesn't look like it's going to go forward with any real meaning. Would you agree with that?
Well, understand that two inspectors generals who are deeply concerned with the wrongdoing of Hillary Clinton and have reached a decision that there is enough for a criminal referral. These are executive branch appointments appointed by the president, confirmed by the Senate. These are people who already have reached that point that should concern the American people. So the question is, will Hillary Clinton come clean? Can we really get a forensic dive? And will she have herself held accountable for saying she knows about classified materials and didn't send them when, in fact, they were found on her computer, they're being withheld from the Benghazi committee by the State Department as classified information? Nothing could be more smoking gun than that.
Okay. Let's get back to sanctuary cities. The House passed a bill that said if they don't enforce detaining laws, federal detaining laws, if they don't enforce that, they lose some federal money. Now, the president says he's going to veto it if it passes through Congress. Again, this is something that looks like a lot of fire, but it's not going to happen in the long run.
Well, first of all, this is a very principled vote. And I know that Joe Crowley and other Democrats say it fixes a problem that isn't there. They should talk to the families in San Francisco and around the country who have seen their loved ones killed by people who were already previously criminals and previously deported. In this case, in your lead-up, you said it was a punishment. It's not a punishment. We reward cities with grant money to do just this job. And under this bill, what we're really doing is saying we're going to stop sending the money to reward law enforcement if, in fact, they're not able to do the job. Why should you pay for something you're not getting? It's much more simple than that.
Do you think that the whole immigration issue, which I think used to favor Democrats, is beginning to favor Republicans? Do you think that?
Well, remember, if you have 11 million undocumented immigrants, what they represent in the communities they primarily live in is an expansion of the number of Democrats who have safe districts. Even if they don't vote, they're still counted in the census. They become part of that number. So it does favor Democrats. But that's not the point. The point in this law yesterday is all about making communities safer, including for undocumented immigrants. Remember, the challenge is that we're talking about criminals previously deported. We're talking about trying to make a community safe that has both legal and non-legal residents. And that's a much more basic point. And I would certainly hope that people in poor neighborhoods, in Hispanic and minority neighborhoods, would realize that enabling their communities to be safer should not be a Republican-Democratic thing, that, in fact, the president should sign this, and he should do more. Sanctuary cities used to be about not asking about where somebody came from if they were reporting a crime. Now it's about letting criminals back out to commit crimes. We've got to be strong on this. This is an area where the president needs to back down, and he needs to help make these communities safer for all the residents.
Got it. Congressman Darrell Issa, thanks very much for joining us as usual, sir. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.